Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a beautiful, drama-filled day in the soap universe, and we have an absolute bombshell of a theory to unpack together. Grab your coffee and settle in, because the streets of Los Angeles are about to get incredibly messy, and you will not want to miss a single second of this deep dive. What do you guys think about the explosive new rumor floating around that Dylan could actually be arrested for murder? Can you believe it? We are hearing intense whispers that this jaw-dropping storyline might actually happen, and we absolutely have to break down how this could unfold on The Bold and the Beautiful. If we are talking about a murder investigation involving Dylan, our minds immediately race back to the tragic and devastating accident that took the life of Luna. We all remember the heartbreaking details of that fateful day. Dylan was the one behind the wheel. She was the driver who caused the fatal car crash that ended Luna's life in a split second. But at the time, the authorities ruled it a tragic accident, a terrible twist of fate on the dark roads of Los Angeles, and Dylan walked away without facing any criminal charges or punishment whatsoever. But here is the surprise that is going to shake the foundation of Forrester Creations to its core. What if this closed case is suddenly reopened? What if the authorities, perhaps led by the ever-persistent Chief Baker, discover new forensic evidence that proves Luna's death was not an accident at all? That is crazy. We are looking at a massive plot twist where the crash was actually a meticulously orchestrated plan by Dylan to eliminate Luna once and for all. So, the huge question we are posing to all of you today is, will Dylan finally be arrested and put behind bars for Luna's murder? Or, to add even more suspense to the mix, could she be arrested for a completely different, unsolved cold case from many years ago before she even arrived in town? Let's discuss every single angle of this mind-blowing possibility right now on B&B for Phone. Let's be honest with each other for a second. I have always had a love-hate relationship with Dylan's character, but I honestly never fully trusted her sweet, innocent schoolteacher routine. We have watched her recently play the ultimate martyr. Just the other day, she packed up her bags and moved out of Will Spencer's beach house, claiming she wanted to preserve her friendship with Elektra and give Will the space to repair his damaged relationship. She literally pirouetted out of Will's life, looking like the most selfless person on the planet. She teamed up with Daphne to expose Ivy Forrester's toxic letter-hiding scheme, painting herself as the righteous whistleblower who only wants the truth to come out. But you know what? That is exactly how a master manipulator operates. If Dylan is secretly a cold-blooded killer who meticulously planned Luna's fatal crash, then her entire persona is nothing but a brilliantly constructed mask. Amazing. Think about the sheer psychological depth of a character who can cause a fatal car crash, watch someone die, beat the police interrogation, and then seamlessly integrate herself into the lives of the most powerful families in Los Angeles. If Dylan sabotaged the brakes or deliberately drove that car off the road to kill Luna, she is a sociopath hiding in plain sight. This completely changes how we view her recent interactions. Remember when she was at Il Giardino, happily showing Deacon's son Deke her massive new paycheck and bragging about getting her own place? Was she really just a happy former school teacher starting a new chapter, or was she securing financial resources to hire a top-tier defense attorney because she knows the police are secretly reopening the Luna case? The suspense is absolutely killing me, and you won't believe what happens next if this secret gets out. Imagine the devastating ripple effect this will have on the younger generation, especially R. J. Forrester and Will Spencer. Right now, R. J. and Will are at each other's throats. They literally got into a physical scuffle at Forrester Creations over family pride and their messy love quadrangle with Elektra. R. J. has been channeling the aggressive, dark traits of his grandfather Massimo Marone, bad-mouthing every Spencer he can name. But R.J. also has a deep, tragic history with Luna. Luna was his girl. If R.J. discovers that the sweet receptionist he has been casually bonding with over their shared romantic heartache is actually the monster who murdered Luna, R.J. is going to completely lose his mind. We are talking about a potential revenge storyline that could carry the show for months. R.J. might bypass the police entirely and seek his own brutal brand of Massimo Marone-style justice against Dylan. That would be television gold. But wait, we have to look at Will Spencer's emotional state in all of this. Will actually let Dylan live in his beach house. He shared his personal space with her, confided in her, and even felt a lingering attraction to her while his relationship with Elektra was falling apart. How traumatized is Will going to be when he realizes he was sleeping under the same roof as a calculated murderer? Will is going to question his own sanity and his ability to judge character. This could push Will into a severe downward spiral, making him even more vulnerable and erratic. It makes you wonder if Ivy Forrester, despite all her scheming and manipulative flaws, was actually right to be suspicious of the people infiltrating their circle. Ivy might end up looking like a prophet if Dylan is exposed as a killer. Let's dive into the fan theories surrounding the motive. Why would Dylan want Luna dead? The writers have been giving us a slow-paced plot with Dylan, building her up as a background player, but B&B is famous for turning background characters into massive successor characters to legendary villains like Sheila Carter or Quinn Fuller. Perhaps Dylan was insanely jealous of Luna's rising star status at Forrester Creations. Or maybe, just maybe, Luna uncovered a dark, twisted secret about Dylan's past, something from her days as a schoolteacher that she desperately wanted to keep buried. If Luna was threatening to expose Dylan's true identity, Dylan would have had the perfect motive to silence her permanently. Staging a fatal car accident while she was the driver is a terrifyingly bold move. It requires nerves of steel to risk your own life in a crash just to ensure the passenger dies. That shows a level of psychotic commitment that rivals Sheila Carter's current May sweeps plotting against Taylor and Deacon. Speaking of Sheila, we have to compare this situation to the current events happening on the show. Right now, Sheila is actively plotting manipulative and dangerous moves to destroy Deacon and Taylor's romance. Sheila is the reigning queen of terror in Los Angeles. But Sheila is known, her methods are loud, and everyone expects her to strike. Dylan, on the other hand, is the stealth bomber. Nobody suspects the sweet, smiling receptionist who just wants to help Elektra and Will fix their love life. If the writers pull off this plot twist, Dylan could easily dethrone Sheila as the most dangerous woman on the canvas because she operates entirely under the radar. I absolutely love a good villain origin story, and Sydney Bullock has the acting chops to pull off a chilling transition from innocent friend to diabolical murderer. And what about the alternate theory we mentioned? What if Dylan isn't arrested for Luna's death, but for a completely different crime from years ago? The user notes brought up this fascinating possibility, and we have to explore it. Dylan's past before she arrived in Los Angeles is basically a giant blank slate. We only know she was a school teacher. But why did she leave her teaching career? Why did she come to LA and take a receptionist job at Forrester Creations? Did she flee her hometown because she was a suspect in a mysterious death? Maybe a former colleague or even a student's parent met a tragic, accidental end, and the FBI has been slowly building a case against her for years. Imagine the absolute shock value of Chief Baker marching into the Forrester Creations main office right in the middle of Brooke and Katie's massive corporate power struggle and slapping handcuffs on Dylan in front of everyone. The sheer humiliation and chaos it would cause for the company would be off the charts. Let's think about how this impacts the broader canvas. Steffy Forrester Finnegan is currently weighing whether to fire Ivy over the intercepted letter drama, but if her new receptionist is suddenly hauled off to prison for murder, Steffy is going to realize her company's HR department is an absolute disaster. It would add so much fuel to the fire as Brooke makes her seductive moves on Ridge to replace Steffy as co-CEO. Brooke could easily use Dylan's arrest as proof that Steffy is losing control of the company and hiring criminals, giving Ridge the final push he needs to agree to the co-CEO swap. It is amazing how one character's dark secret can completely upend the corporate hierarchy. I am so incredibly hyped for this potential storyline. The idea that Luna's tragic accident was actually a cold-blooded assassination orchestrated by Dylan is exactly the kind of high-stakes soap opera drama we crave on B&B for phone. Whether she goes down for Luna's murder or a dark crime from her mysterious past, Dylan's days as the innocent victim are numbered. I want to know exactly what you guys think. Drop your wild predictions in the comments below. Do you think Dylan is a mastermind killer, or is she just a pawn in a bigger game? Make sure you keep it locked right here on our channel for all the latest updates, because when this truth finally explodes, it is going to leave a trail of destruction across Los Angeles.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.